Happy Tuesday, everybody. How is the market? I know we hate talking on a Tuesday morning, but you guys are a good group, so I should be able to get some out of this. Open your chat box. Tell me how the market is. And then I've got a really big call for you guys today. So while you guys are doing that, let me get my chat box open. How's the market? Put it in the chat box for me. Let me know what's happening. So next week, this is kind of a funny thing. I don't know if we're going to have a call or not. Sorry, plan on it. Shouldn't matter in your schedule because you're time blocked for it anyways and should be script practicing. I'm headed to Toronto for an MLS meeting and I haven't gotten my flight stuff yet. So I know I leave Tuesday sometime. It's a quick flight, only an hour and a half. So I will keep you posted on that. But time block, I'll have valuable information for you. Okay, if we don't have it. All right. Hey, little weird and confusing. Explain that further, if you will. Listings not getting many showings. Okay. Keep going on that. Okay. You guys have heard me talk about it, right? We are at September 16th. You're in your final run to close out this year, right? We've been talking about get your head down, go, go, go. This is the time. Do anything you have to, right, to make it happen right now. I am hearing people outside of my circle talking about how slow the market is and how tough it is and how they're having a really hard time getting business. So go get it because a lot of people aren't having so much tough time getting business. Okay, so go get it. It's happening and pick up the business that's out there because the more people are getting defeated if they don't have the right mindset, which you guys do because you're coming to this, right? If they don't have the right mindset surrounding them, they're going to pull back and maybe go into hiding versus push through and go, go, go. Okay. So love all your comments about the market, and I'm going to show you a little bit why. Okay. So I have a lot of data to share, and here's what I'm going to tell you guys. You already know when I start talking numbers, I just talk real fast. I try to give you the high level. Okay. And I'm going to do that. If you need me to slow down, want to look at something farther, please let me know. Okay. So this is a snapshot. This is actually from MyBor. They publish it if you watch any. This is just stuff about our BLC. Don't even pay attention to that one. That's not anything you guys need to. This is a super valuable chart that we watch always, every month. Okay, as a board, this is what we look at to kind of see where the market's at. What do you guys see? What ahas are you getting from that? Throw them in the chat box. Come off mute. We're having a conversation. This is conversation morning. So come on off and let's talk about it. What ahas are you seeing? So let me talk to you about what we've got. So pendings, right, are the purple magenta. Sales are the light or the darker teal blue. Light blue is listings. And then this is the total active at any time. Okay.
Lots of listings compared to
Thanks, Kim.
pendings.
Yep. Lots of listings compared to pendings. Yep. We have a few more pendings even than we do listings, right? You guys are feeling that. Are you feeling that pending fallout right now? Yes. Okay. What else are you seeing? Good job, Kim. What else?
Monthly supply is trending up longer.
Monthly supply is trending up. What's that mean? Days on the market longer, right? Days on the market longer. That's what you guys are feeling and questioning yourselves. How many of you have questioned yourself in the last 2 weeks because listings are sitting longer? Okay, stop it. Stop it. It's the market. Okay, ride it, learn how to do it, and go. Okay, that's what this is for. Stop it. Get out of your head. Okay. What else are you seeing? Listings are gonna sit longer. You're gonna work with buyers longer. Okay. It's just what it is. So prepare for it.
It looks like it's normal. I mean, compared to last year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, we
we're
have more
leveling out.
listings, but like the rest of it's pretty similar.
You're right. What else is it similar to, Kelly?
The year before.
Well, and
Just the whole trend, maybe. Oh, I see. 18, 19.
yep. Okay, you guys,
Pre-2020.
pre-20. This is leveling out, right? This is what steadying looks like. And I'm trying to really keep preparing you for that because we are not right. And this came from way up here. Okay. So your people succeeding in 18 and 19 hold the keys to success, right? And if they pushed through it and kept going and learned how to, right, create their systems and stuff, so can you. Keep pushing. It is just the market. Okay. So that was one aha I hoped you got out of that. Let me see what else I pulled. Oh, so you don't need to see, go check your numbers for your areas, of course, to just confirm this. But because of all that, right, what's that mean? Showings are down, right? Are you guys seeing showings down? Days on the market is up. Months of supply is up. Prices are, what I've been watching the last 3 months is prices are at or down monthly and still a little up annually. That's okay. That's what we need. We want 4% appreciation every year. We really need year over year them still going up, but we don't need them going drastically up month over month over month over month. Okay? Does that all make sense? Okay, any questions, ahas about that? I wanted to share some of that. So here's where we're going. Okay, so today we're going to talk about listing presentations. And I want you guys to kind of tell me when you have gone on listing presentations recently. Okay, think about your recently listing presentations. When you've asked them what they're looking for in the realtor they hire, what do they say? What do they say? Put it in the chat box. What do they want in the realtor they hire to sell their home? Tell me what they're looking for. Wish I had Jeopardy music. No, no more music. Communication. Ding, ding, ding. How many of you hear that every single time, right? I want good communication. I want active selling, right? Yep, yep. And I want top dollar. Honest feedback. Good, Kim. And quickly. Yep, yep. Okay, so you guys know exactly what you're walking into. Have any of you walked into a listing appointment, had something outside of this? Maybe, but pretty much they fall into this, right? I can't even think of an example that wouldn't fall in to one of these reasons. Okay, so there is zero reason you can't walk in and be very prepared for every listing presentation. If you can handle how you can do all those things, you're ready. Okay, so you already know the answer. That's one thing. But let's talk about how do you show them these things? How do you show them what type of communication you're going to give them? How do you show them? Yep, monthly reporting. That's exactly the type of communication we're giving them, right? Josh, I even bump it up to weekly. Every week, you're going to give them a market update. And oh, look at you, jumped in and changed it. Okay, so yes, your weekly update. And where this is now your before. Where is the fact that you're going to update them weekly on all these things presented to your seller? Right? They should know that before you even get to their house. Okay, so think about that. What are you sending them ahead of time to make sure they know you are going to give them really good communication that they need to drive this sale? Okay, think about that. This is the stuff that should be in your pre-marketing plan. Pre-marketing plan. We just outlined it. Okay. You should tell them what kind of communication you're going to have. You are going to tell them everything you're going to do to be an active seller of their home. Everything you're going to do, all the way down to making calls daily to find new buyers and sellers to enter the market. Right? They need to know that part of your job is making phone calls daily to go out and create this market they rely on, right? For buyers and sellers. That's active selling, right? And then you get permission to go do it. Okay? Show them. I have planned to share with you guys, and now I don't even remember where I put it. That's so funny. Okay. The marketing guide. Okay. So your pre-listing packet. All right. I call it your marketing guide. Okay. And that is what you send out before you go on the appointment. Okay. Kim, it talks about honest feedback. What type of feedback are we going to get? What can you expect when you get your feedback from us? And when we get it, what's it mean? Right? All of that is in the marketing plan. How quickly can we sell your home is going to depend on the strategy you choose in today's market. Okay? And James, yes, you have got to show them that you are knowledgeable of the local market. This is the reason I bring these snapshots to you. When you show that first picture to a seller and ask them what they see, right? They'll get different ahas and answer most of the questions you need for you. Okay, use your data, be the local expert. All right, good job. So before you even get to your listing presentation, you've got to be prepared. Okay, so here's the 2 steps. You have all the pre-presentation questions, right? We role played it last week. If you missed that call, actually, everybody go back and listen to that call last week. It was very good. There was a big event happening, so not many people. I think we had 4 people on, and it was an awesome role play and some really good ahas that came out of it. So go to my resources page, coachjuliedowney.com resources, and you can find the old What Would You Say recordings, and it's been uploaded. But listen to that. If you have any questions, holdups about pre-qualifying every seller before you go out, listen to that call. Okay. It should be very conversational. And if you ask every single question, okay, here's what I want you to think of as you're looking at those questions. Anytime you've lost a listing, Christopher, thank you. Every time you've lost a listing, you can look at those questions and say, oh my God, if I just asked that one, I would have known I was going to lose it, or I would have, right? I would have known something different to do. Christopher is shaking his head like crazy. You guys, it solves everything. Okay. So one of the reasons that your listing presentations are taking longer, going longer, is because you're trying to pre-qual at your appointment, right? You're trying to ask all those questions at your appointment. Stop it. Do it beforehand. Okay. You'd much rather be in the office solving these things, right, than at their house and their family. Or at least I would, right? I got stuff to do. Okay. So be prepared. You must pre-qual at a high level and send some sort of information they can hold on to, open in their email. I like them holding on to it. You can email it also, but it means something when they've got a printed thing in their hands. But send something ahead of time that answers their questions already. If you don't have one, it's the marketing guide that I'm going to figure out how to share. Okay. Or you can go to my resources. I don't think it's on there yet, but it will be by the end of the day, because that's the reason I organized them. Okay. So the marketing guide, it tells them everything you're going to do to sell their home, right? Why they should hire you before you even walk out. Okay. Walk in. Then here is your listing presentation. Here are the key pieces, right, of your listing presentation. Number 1, your first impression is everything. Your first impression is everything. Okay. That's a big part that some people overlook. Don't overlook that part. Right. So think about what they said when they said what kind of realtor they're looking for to hire. Right. When you pre-qual them, and show up like that. Okay. If they say they want a professional, show up in a professional outfit. If they say it's a farm, we're casual, little down and dirty, show up in your jeans and your boots, right? So meet the person and show up as the expert, okay? A couple things that are in the listing presentation. So now I'll share. We are on page 29. Sorry, I jumped ahead. Oh, no, I'm still lying. 27. Okay, listing presentation. So what this says is even before you go out, if you've done all of your homework, you already know how motivated they are. You know what price they're thinking of, right? You asked them where they want to sell their house. What's the price they won't go below, right? And you've done research on it. So you didn't do your research when they answered that question. Now you've studied the market. And now you know, were they right on? Were they way off? Are they crazy? Right? Or are they a little close and we just got to talk a little bit more and kind of figure that out? Right? How many of you, after you do your research, can walk into a listing appointment and have a general range based on the condition you're going to see when you walk in? If it's worst condition, it'll be at the lower. If it's best condition, it'll be at the higher. Right? Nod your heads, raise. Yeah. Yeah, right, Josh, for the most part, a range, right? We're talking a range. Sometimes it might be a big range, right? You're like, I don't know. And sometimes it's a really little range that's just kind of telling you. Okay. So that's one thing. You guys have got to walk in knowing what conversation you're going to have about price. Okay. If you've ever lost a listing, think about it's probably because of that. You walked in and had no idea if you were on or off about price and how important that was for them. Okay. Sorry. So I'm giving you the summary up here. Okay. So the things that you should know before you walk in, right? And it has a spelling error in there, so don't read it. Okay. So as you walk up to the door, okay, this is important. Your first impression is important, right? And if you've never done it, when they open the door, step back. Hi. I want you to try it. Okay. I thought that can't make any difference at all. Sarah, I kind of saw you smile. Have you tried it before? Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't make any difference. You guys, it really does. It brings them to you. It's very interesting. So try it. Take a step back, right? The other thing is confirm the time you were supposed to be there. Okay. So if it's 10 o'clock, hey, 10 o'clock, you guys ready for me? Okay. So confirm you're on time with them. All right. And then set your things at the kitchen table. That was strategic. Where in the house do most families do their business? At the dining room or the kitchen table, right? We're going to do business at the kitchen table because we want it a little more casual than the dining room table. Okay, that's another kind of subliminal message your sellers will send you is where they place you. If they place you in the dining room at the head of the table, you have got to get formal with your presentation, right? Pay attention to those things as you're doing this. Okay, so try again, and you want to be the leader. Okay, so when you ask, hey, do you care if I set my stuff at the kitchen table or can we land there? Right, that's just showing them that you're kind of taking the lead on this. Right, I understand we're in your home and I'm still going to be the leader, right? Now I'm the leader of this meeting. Okay, so the next thing, so first impressions are everything. Okay, when you tour the home, okay, so again, I know their motivation, I know their price, where they're at on price, right? And I know exactly what we're coming in talking about today. Okay, so when I tour the home, when do you guys lose the most time touring it with them? Right? Yeah. So as a lot of people say, God, I'm on listing appointments for 2 hours. And I'm like, yeah, right. And it's because you're hearing all about Aunt Carol's antique furniture that's in every room and that she's finished them all, right? How many coats she's taken off every piece in every room, right? So God love her, and we want to do that. And you can build, right? So the other thing people use the walkthrough for is to build rapport, right? If you've pre-qualified at a high level, you've already built rapport. Okay, so that's the other thing. If you're building rapport when you're walking in there, you might be too late on building your rapport. Okay, so think about that also. So you can do it either way. I've got the script for both. Okay, I did not tour the home with them. And here's what I said. Hey, I'm going to have you guys work on a couple things for me and fill out a little bit of information about the house. And if you don't care, I'm going to go take a tour through it, take some notes. And then when I come back, we'll kind of talk more about the house, the pricing, all that kind of stuff. And I'll give you the whole list to get it ready for the market. How's that sound? Okay. So it's just the process, right? It shouldn't sound weird or, So here's the other thing. If they're like, well, why do you want to look by yourself? You don't want us to show you, right? Absolutely. I want you to show me. But the first time I see it, I really like to see it as a buyer. Okay. So this time through, I'm going to see it just like the buyers would. They don't have your history and all your notes and that kind of stuff. And then it will make sure that I can see what notes and history do we need to pull forward for the buyers. But I have to see it first as a buyer. Okay. So do you mind if I just kind of walk through, put my buyer hat on, and then take all those notes? Right? Can you imagine anyone really saying no to that? No, right? They want you to do what's going to help them sell your house. And if seeing their house as a buyer, and I am telling you, it makes a huge difference in the way you walk that house also when you put your buyer hat on, right? Versus your listing hat. So, okay. And you can tour it with them. Okay. When you're getting them settled at the kitchen table, okay, that's when you can ask, like, what goals are you hoping we talk about today? Okay, so that's when you're kind of all getting settled. They might be getting you some water, right? You're like, awesome. And right as we're settling in, what do you guys want to make sure that we really talk about today? Right? Get their goals for this meeting so you can make sure that you accomplish those. Okay. And then we're going to tell them what our goals are. Okay. So now we walk the house, we're all sitting back down, and kind of as you're getting there, you're going to say, okay, guys, so I just have 3 goals for our meeting today. Okay. The first is reconfirm your motivation. That's all we're talking about recently. Motivation, 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 right? We've got to know of the ready, willing, and able, which one are they hesitating with? Right? Which one are they hesitating with? Or they're not, and you walk in and you're just signing listing documents, right? So that's a whole different seller if there's 0 hesitation whatsoever. Okay, we're right here in this paragraph. Reconfirm your motivation to sell. Decide together on a price that will cause it to sell. And answer any questions you might have. Then we'll decide today if you want to work with me and if I decide to take your listing. Sound good? Okay, you guys, if you memorize this paragraph right there, you would have a killer listing presentation every single time. That's it. If you set out 3 goals and those are them, right? You've nailed it. So we're going to confirm their motivation to sell the house, right? So do you really want to sell this house? Okay. And you are going to tell them, okay, when we talked, your goals are, and you are moving when, right? We're confirming they still have the plan to move. And then we're going to say, so I just have 3 real critical questions. The first one is, do you guys want to sell this house? Okay. If you've never asked this question, right? It's the only question we truly need to know. And a lot of the times, this is one we just don't ask, right? So just ask it right away. Do you really want to sell this house? What could cause you to not want to sell it? right? And then you're going to talk through that if you need to talk through it. Do you want to price it where it will sell? Or do you want it to sit on the market? Right? And you can even change that and say, or are you okay with it sitting on the market a little longer as the market is changing? Okay, right? So the first critical question, do you really want to sell this house? Second one, do you want to price it where it will sell? Or are you looking to price it where it might sit on the market and have a little bit longer days on the market? Okay, it's a critical question, right? And then the third one, I sent you my pre-listing packet. You saw everything I'm going to do to get your house sold. So at this point, my question is really, do you want me to sell this house for you? Okay. And the answer should be yes, right? If it's not, what are the issues? Throw it in the chat box. You think if you get to this point and they're saying, well, no, I'm not, what are their objections at this point? You guys tell me. I did pre-qual. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Lack of confidence in which part? They might have lack of confidence. Yeah. Okay. In your ability to get it sold. Hopefully not because they saw the marketing guide, right? And if they went through that, they hopefully know everything you're going to do to get it sold already. And so that's been answered. Okay. So you're missing the big one. Most of the time it's because you haven't talked about price yet. Right? We haven't even discussed price yet. So I've already asked them, do you want me to list your house? And if we've got a discrepancy in price, they're going to want to talk about that next. Okay. If they don't, right, you just get right in it. If they say, yeah, we're ready, you say, great, let's go to listing paperwork and get this going. Right. Let's start with price. Where do you guys think about listing it? You said on the phone, you were looking at this. Here's all the comps I pulled up, all the research I did, and we were exactly in the right. Isn't that fun? Okay, great. So are you good to start at 425? Okay, it's as easy as that if you match. Okay. If their price is too low, they said 400 and you came in and found out, right, gosh, it could be 425. And then you look at everything, you're like, yeah, it really could. Then you get the best job ever of delivering the great news that they can get more than they thought. And yay, let's do this. Okay. And then if their price is too high, that's when you need your examples for pricing. Okay.
Hey,
And you'll
Julie,
know that. Yeah. Go
sorry.
ahead, Jay.
On your marketing plan, which one do you prefer? Email or hand delivering it?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. If I had a bracelet, I keep saying this. If I had a bracelet that said, what would Julie Downey say? What would Julie Downey say? Both. Always both, right? So one, email, right? It's efficient. You can send it to everybody where they're at. They'll get it at work if they have time to open it. Awesome. And always a paper copy because that's when they might flip through. If they're tangible people, they want to hold it. They want to see the pictures. They want to, right, dig into it. So you cover all bases when you do both.
Can I ask a silly follow-up question to that? I've never hand
Absolutely.
delivered
No
them.
silly follow-ups.
So if you're hand delivering it first, do you recommend like knocking on the door, waiting until they show up, or just like envelope, put it on the door and walk away? And okay.
Yep. Yep. Put it on the door, walk away. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Because, right. Well, number one, a lot of the times it wasn't me, right? So when I got bigger and was doing a bunch of listing presentations, someone else was taking it for me. And you don't want to have the appointment there. Right. So you really want to duck and out if you can. Okay. And then if they come out, be prepared that you don't go in. Do not go in. How many people do that? Oh my gosh, you're here. Do you want to just come in? Oh my God, I'd love to, but I have a 3 o'clock. I'm racing to. Okay. Have your out, be prepared. Okay. That help?
Yeah, have your
Okay.
house ready.
Yeah, you have to. You guys, that's with lead generation too, right? So many people, when they start lead generation, the biggest thing that they run into problem wise is they can't get off the phone, right? So have an appointment, have something you've got to do, have an out, have prepared that for you, or you will be stuck. So, yep, James, that's a huge aha. All right, awesome. Now it's 9 o'clock. Tell me what else you need insofar as listing presentations. We're going to do buyer consultation next week if I'm here. Remember, I may not be, so that is TBD. As soon as I see my flight information, I'll adjust the calendar. And then put in the chat box anything you guys need in regards to listings, handling objections, pre-qual, anything, or anything else you need script wise. All right, and you guys are awesome. I'll see you next week, hopefully. Bye. James, you got some stuff for the chat? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, I thought I was signing off.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I was hoping nobody mentioned anything. Is there anything you're
No.
needing in this weird
No,
market?
no, I'm good. Where are you located? What state?
Indiana,
Okay. And
Midwest,
you-
right in the middle.
Oh, I know. I used to live in Missouri.
Okay, perfect. So our
So,
market is similar to Kansas City, actually. So from a MLS and association level, we do a lot of
Mhm.
comparison and stuff with Kansas City.
Yeah, that's flat country there. Oh my goodness.
So flat, so flat. Yep, so flat.
Well, I don't need anything. Safe travels and
Okay,
hopefully see you next
thank
week.
you.
Right.
All right, awesome. Bye.
Uh-huh.